Hi everyone. TDNet and GIDEON integration showcase. We will start the webinar in a few minutes. Oh, here's Kristina. I think you are muted, Kristina. You are
Hello,
muted.
everyone. Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Kristina, my colleague from GIDEON, just joined. And we will start the webinar in a few minutes, couple of minutes.
Yeah, if you like, guys, put into the chat where you're joining from today. I'll start. Here we go. So I'm currently in Kaunas, Lithuania, sorting out my mom's apples. Whatever you might be up to, do put your location in. It's always nice to have people from diverse locations.
Definitely.
I'm guessing there's going to be a few people from the States.
Yeah, definitely. We will start. I see that people are joining, so we will wait just 1 minute or so, and then we will start. Okay. So perhaps we'll just start with a brief intro. Hi everyone, and welcome to this webinar that will showcase the new integration between TDNet and GIDEON. I'm Nir Karmi. I'm VP Business Development with TDNet. With me is Kristina Symes. She's the Managing Director at GIDEON. As you see, our logos share a similar color, so it's only natural that we now also have the integration, which we look forward to show you. So I let Kristina introduce herself, and maybe Kristina, you can also then go ahead and start with an intro to GIDEON.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nir. And it is amazing that we have this integration going on. I'm super excited about what you guys are going to see today. You probably all know TDNet. I'm hoping that most of you actually use the TDNet Discover service. For those of you who might not know what GIDEON is and what the database entails, I will show you a very quick overview in a second. So let me share my screen. And what we should be looking at now is the Welcome to GIDEON screen. So what GIDEON is and why we're excited about this. GIDEON is a one-stop shop for infectious diseases. It is a database that tracks every infectious disease in every country every single day. And in total, that's about 20,000 different sources. Anything your library subscribe to, we read. Anything that's on the news, in the health ministry reports, anything that's coming out of doctors' offices in terms of public health reports, we read through that. And we critically review the data and we put it into dynamic tools, interactive tools, and we make that data easily understandable in a form of a graph or a map or perhaps an article that we update on a daily basis. So in terms of how frequently we update this data, well, in the last 48 hours, we made 42,000 updates, nearly 43,000 updates. We are probably one of the fastest moving databases in the world. And the reason for that is because infectious diseases are fast moving. The whole landscape is evolving very, very quickly, and we try to cater to our customers, such as WHO, CDCs, with this data so that they are always appraised at what's going on and they are always able to model and devise public health policies using this data. So just to give you a very quick glimpse, global outbreaks 2024, for example, we are tracking them right now. This is a live map, but if you want, you can go back and look at any historical data. We can have a look at disease by disease. We can have a look at various graphs. So for example, I'll tell you a very beautiful data story in a second. And really, it only takes a second with GIDEON, which is very nice. I'm going to select rubella worldwide. And all of this is available through the TDNet Discover interface, what I'm showing you now. So what I'm going to do here is combine rubella cases worldwide and also the vaccination coverage. And I'm going to generate this chart, which tells you a beautiful data story about how vaccination actually makes an impact. So this is what GIDEON does. We don't just visualize, we also provide interactive tools for diagnosing diseases, identifying pathogens, and of course, finding the information itself. The information in its raw form is available through the Explore module. We track all these data categories: diseases, drugs, vaccines, microbes, and countries. And I'm not going to launch into a full demo, but I do want you to have an idea of the scope of GIDEON. And the reason why we're so excited is because this data is now available at the fingertips, at the point of need, at the point of query through TDNet Discover, which is the very first discovery service to integrate our data. So without further ado, I will stop sharing my screen and allow Nir to showcase this beautiful integration and the excellent work that his team has done.
Thanks very much, Kristina. That's fascinating. So for the ones who are perhaps not fully familiar with TDNet, I'll just do a very brief intro into what we do and what we are and who we are. So we've been in the basically library business over 20 years, and we are a software company that provide libraries solutions that combine content and technology. Basically our mission is to help libraries to achieve their goals, to better serve their patrons and drive better research and education in organization, primarily by enhancing and access to information resources. We have offices in the US and in Europe. Our services can be divided into three main areas. One, which will be our focus today, is the discovery tool. It allows you to search across many different content resources from a single point of access. The discovery tool is integrated within our library portal component that allow libraries and information center to create a beautifully and customized web environment for their libraries that showcase the institution image and branding and consolidate access to all the content that is available. And we also offer, through our partnership with OpenAthens, a remote access solution to resources via single sign-on, so users could access resources securely from wherever they are. So our solution, TDNet Discover, we like to look at it as a 6-in-1 technology solution. We talked about is the discovery search and the library portal that is built on a content management system. So it really because it's built on a CMS, it allows librarians to easily manage the library portal environment themselves without requiring technical knowledge or coding expertise. The platform also includes a built-in link resolver and catalog A to Z functionality. We also offer very robust module of reports and statistics that show libraries, which resources are being used, from where users are accessing resources, which platforms they are searching, and basically provide very in-depth insights into usage patterns and ultimately help institutions to make better decisions in terms of content acquisition. We also, as an optional model, offer an institutional repository module, and that enable an organization to manage and centralize access to their local content or unique knowledge assets that are more, I would say, more affiliated with their own organization. It can be students' work, staff publications, posters, anything, videos, anything you want to make accessible for your users. Our discovery tool, which now, as Kristina said, we are the first discovery servers that now integrate GIDEON content, is a very powerful research tool that now also includes AI technology that better enhance the search. And the idea is to combine a wealth of content from many different content resources with a very advanced search technology. So all resources, all the library resources and more are combined into one research environment. This is our basically central index that covers many types of resources, including journal articles, reports, books, information from databases, and more from many different providers. Through direct feeds we have with publishers and content provider like GIDEON, we are able to do daily updates of new content. So whenever new content is available, it is directly fed into our platform. We are also able to integrate additional content that might not be available to standard means of indexation through APIs or other types of integrations. And also, we can also integrate within this single search environment your local content, whether they are managed within a TDNet repository or in your own system. So the TDNet GIDEON integration basically has the very rich repository of GIDEON that Kristina just showed is now also searchable and can be accessed through TDNet Discover. It's over 110,000 content items, including reports, images, and graphs that we now index with daily updates of new content. Also, as part of the integration, we are able to include quick links to one-click access to the full text, the full content item page on GIDEON. So it's very convenient. You find when you search on TDNet, and I will show it in a minute, you can find GIDEON content and then very easily link to the full content page on GIDEON. The integration enable us also to highlight GIDEON in other means, for example, through feature snippets and knowledge graphs that highlight results from GIDEON on top of TDNet results panel. users, libraries can also integrate GIDEON content in the library portal through a dedicated widget. They can also search directly on GIDEON content by adding a GIDEON search bar on the portal. And also our platform as a advanced discovery tool offer many different ways to conduct precise searches on GIDEON content through advanced search modes and other means. So perhaps now it's a good time for me to show how this integration really works. So I'll briefly stop sharing for a moment. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see. This is an example of TDNet portal. This is a demo environment. You can always customize your own site to reflect your preferred images, branding, and content and resources that you want to highlight. Some of the widgets that are included in this portal is, of course, these important search widgets. From here, you are able to search the one search to search across all of our index that include now GIDEON content as well as other content resources. You're also able to search at the title level for journals, books, and databases from these bars. You can also, as I mentioned, add the GIDEON search widget into the portal and search directly from here specifically on GIDEON content included within our index. And you can also have a repository search widget. Another nice way to highlight GIDEON content is with this widget. For example, here I added the results from GIDEON content on monkeypox, the latest data available from GIDEON. It can be also cover any topic that you want. There are also other widgets that you can see there that can enrich your portal environment, like bookmarks, calendar, and more. So the integration, how it works. One option to search for GIDEON content is searching through the discovery search box. The one search, for example, I can search. I can start with a very broad search. Let's say influenza. Okay, so immediately from here you can see a couple of ways we can integrate GIDEON content more prominently. One is with this knowledge graph here that you see summary information related to the search topic. Another way is through a feature snippet. You can see the top results from GIDEON database regarding this query. GIDEON results are also now integrated within all the other results. Of course, there are many results. There are for this search time over 800,000 results. But for example, if you want to filter it only to GIDEON content, you can do it very easily from the results panel here by clicking the GIDEON filter. And now I'm getting results for GIDEON only related to this search query. And I can always see in the screen here, I can see more information about the item. Here we see a description that we index. We also get the subject, so you can also search for GIDEON items by subject, which is really important. And from here, you can get to the full content page on GIDEON. So if I will click here, see how easy it to get to GIDEON platform and see the full content page on, in this case, influenza. So really, I would say the discovery experience is very easy and seamless for the user. Another way to search for GIDEON content is by doing advanced search. And let's say, okay, in the first case, I started with a very broad search on all of our index. But let's say I want to specifically search on GIDEON content from the discovery search bar from the beginning. One way to do it is through the advanced search query builder. For example, I can search influenza and treatment. And for me, only check the GIDEON resource. I did it and do a search. And here you see the results. These are results from GIDEON with this query. For example, this item type really talk about a certain treatment for acute uncomplicated influenza types A and B. So very relevant to what I was searching. From here, I can again get to the full content page with just one click. So these are some of the ways to search from the discovery search box. Another way, if I'll go back to the portal, I can search. For me, I can include a search bar. It's entirely up to the library. Include a search bar of GIDEON content in the portal. And for example, search here B, and let's do with a Boolean operator and the United States. Okay. Okay, I had a spelling mistake, but I'm sure you will forgive me. But I'm getting the results, and you see hepatitis B in the United States. And here it's also a good example because you can see the different types of items that we index. So it's also graph and also images and also content pages from databases. So Kristina showed you the wealth of GIDEON content that is available. So again, I can get to the item type. I can also export this item to an external, if I work with an external reference manager on other platform. So this is also a way very easily to conduct search on GIDEON content.
Nir, can I ask you, I think this is a very topical question. Whilst using this very search bar, Susan asked about putting together information for patients who are traveling to different countries. And I was hoping that maybe you could run a search query for Indonesia on the search box.
On
We just
GIDEON.
want to see,
On
yes,
GIDEON.
we just want to see what is retrieved.
Indonesia. And what?
Yeah, just Indonesia.
Just Indonesia. Okay, we'll go with Indonesia.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, so we have obviously various diseases, but we also have the Indonesia record itself at the very top. So let's view that one.
Yeah, the very okay.
Okay, and if you could click through to it, this should give us the guidelines for travel guidelines for Indonesia. So Susan, as you can see here at the top, you have the guidelines recommendations that include vaccine and non-vaccine related recommendations for travelers. And this particular section is available for you to export as a PDF as a patient handout. So you would still be able to easily find it through this TDNet Discover service. If you narrow down to search through GIDEON, then you know for sure that you will get the travel guidelines and not just all the other information that's out there on Indonesia. But yeah, I hope that answers your question to an extent. Thank you so much, Nir, for demonstrating.
Oh, sure. I think that's a great example. Yes. Okay, excellent. So Susan replied that that answered the question. So another thing that I want to to show is the ability, let's say we start with a broad search on our discovery tool. And again, I will start with a very broad search. Now I'm getting results, and as default, the results are sorted by relevance. So it's applied our relevance ranking algorithm that takes into account various factors, including whether the impact factor of the journal, if it's a journal article, whether it's part of the customer holding. So there are various factors that are included within our search algorithm to deliver for the specific customer the most relevant results. But in some cases, users want to see the most recent data. So you can sort auto results by date. And you see results that are most recent. And you can still sort by source. And then we'll see it for GIDEON and see all the results are the latest results on this search. For me, I can also do, for example, again, searching a more specific searches. Here you see that the first item is very relevant, showing, talking about the symptoms of measles, and I can get to the page on GIDEON. So that's give you the possibility to sort results according to your preference, whether you want to result. While we are taking in the default search algorithm the recency and we give a boost to more recent results, still if you sort results by that will ensure that you will see the most recent results on top. So yeah, I think that what I wanted to show regarding the integration. I just wanted to mention that the integration is available for mutual customers of TDNet and GIDEON. So you need to be a mutual customer for us to enable the GIDEON resource on your TDNet Discover site. If you have any questions about the integration, I will just maybe share again our
yeah, let's pop our email addresses in. So I'll put one in the chat.
Yeah, I also, it's good that you put it in the chat, and I also, you see here our emails here. So you can reach out. You can also, if you're TDNet existing customer, you can reach out to your account manager, of course. You can also reach out to our team of customer support, and they will be happy to give you any further explanation. It's very easy to enable the integration. You just need to be a mutual customer, and then with one click, we enable it. So it's not a complicated process at all, but you still need to be a mutual customer, so I wanted to mention it. So thank you, and perhaps now, Kristina, if there are any questions, then we can leave time for.
Absolutely. Please feel free to raise your hands or pop the questions in the chat if you have any. We love questions, especially with the new integrations. We are still discovering things ourselves, which is great. Always keeps it interesting. If you haven't got any questions at the moment, feel free to contact us later if they do arise. It was a real pleasure having you here with us. Really a lovely crowd, very attentive. Thank you, guys. And yeah, we hope to see you next time.
Definitely. Thanks very much, Kristina. And we look forward to making this integration available for as many customers as possible. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.